You're watching ABC 7 News at 5:30.
Welcome back. The 10-year plan to connect Bradenton with Lakewood Ranch is about halfway done.
But with the new phase of the 44th Avenue East Extension project set to begin, people who live along the construction route say their lives are being ruined. ABC 7's Dwayne Lindo joins us live with a look at their concerns. Dwayne?
Well, Jacqueline Scott, when it comes to extending the road behind me, residents are frustrated with the county's inability to make this transition easier. They're also claiming the county is just taking advantage of them. News of a 4-lane street extension running right through neighborhood backyards in East Bradenton is just too much for some to bear.
It's ruining my life. I mean, I can't sell this and get out of it what I need to go get a comparable home someplace else.
It's going to bring the traffic too close to the house.
Taking away hundreds of square feet from Glenn Morgan's front yard, property he's owned for 4 decades.
I've voiced a whole lot of concern with him about it, and at our age, this wasn't really the thing to do to people.
Manatee County is now making preparations to continue its 44th Avenue East Extension project at the expense of neighborhood residents. The finished product will connect Bradenton with Lakewood Ranch. Bradenton resident Tommy Mitchell attends commission meetings regarding the subject. He says the entire project, that will cost a little more than $160 million, will only benefit the community east of Interstate 75.
The only one that's going to improve, and if you notice where it dumps into Lakewood Ranch Boulevard, there's not really any homes over there. It's all zone commercial. A lot of big investors are banking on big bucks out there.
I would like to move from there, but I can't afford to. And I did ask them to buy the whole place, and then they come and tell me no, they can't take it all.
Now, work on the next segment of the extension is expected to begin next year. The entire project through Lakewood Ranch is expected to be completed by 2023 to 2024. Reporting live in Manatee County, Dwayne Lindo, your Suncoast News.
Dwayne, thank you. A follow-up now to last month's denial of rezoning to allow Mosaic Fertilizer Company to mine phosphate on 14,000 acres in DeSoto County. County commissioners there were contacted by Mosaic last week asking that a third party step in and work to resolve the problem. The company has chosen to operate within the Florida Land Use and Environmental Dispute Resolution Act, which allows applicants to have a mediator. Mosaic believes it met the rezoning application requirements and this should have been approved. County has until September 4th to decide if it will allow a mediation.
Well, let's head over to Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan for a look at our first alert forecast. Bob?
Well, right now, a beautiful start this morning in Bradenton. Looking at the rainbow there, although a little bit different story in northwest Bradenton, where heavy rain was falling near Anna Marie Island as well. This is from Lynn Okerson. Appreciate that. That comes from 26th Street near the river. Current conditions, we have sunshine, 89 degrees, feels like 100 degrees. Winds out of the southwest at 11 miles an hour. And that is blowing that nasty smell well inland, east of I-75 in some cases, even in Venice, although not as bad as it is now in North Sarasota, but it's still noticeable in Venice and even east of Venice, as I said earlier at the top of the 5 o'clock newscast. Now that wind out of the southwest will continue through this evening and then eventually start to switch around to the east later on this evening, say around 10, 11 o'clock. Now that frontal boundary, which had come down and kind of caused us to see that west wind, is weakening now to the north of us. It will fade away overnight and eventually high pressure will build back in over north portion of the state, and that will provide us with more of an easterly component. You can see some showers have been pushing off basically to the east right now. Not a lot of activity going on near the coast. That rain that had been around has since moved well east of the coastal locations. The evening planner looks like this: partly cloudy skies with a southwest wind up until about 9, and that wind should start to veer more to the east, I suspect, after that. We'll have more a little bit later. Back to you.
Bob, thank you. Urban Meyer finds out his fate, a 3-game suspension. The Ohio State football coach was on leave pending an investigation into how he handled spousal abuse allegations toward a staffer. Meyer and athletic director Gene Smith are suspended without pay after the university's trustees board met for more than 11 hours yesterday. The board determined Meyer and Gene Smith mishandled domestic violence claims against now fired assistant coach Zach Smith. Meyer maintained he followed protocol, but concedes he missed red flags.
I'm fully aware that I'm ultimately responsible for the situation, that has harmed the university as a whole and our Department of Athletics and our football program. I want to apologize to Buckeye Nation.
Meyer says he will work toward improving Ohio State's football team and its culture once his 3-game suspension is fully served.
New developments in the fallout between President Trump and Michael Cohen. The president's former attorney implicated Trump while pleading guilty to campaign finance violations that allegedly involved a well-known tabloid. ABC's Kenneth Moten has the latest from Washington.
White House press says shouted down reporters as they tried to ask President Trump about the latest headlines engulfing him.
I'm not involved. I wasn't charged with anything.
Trump on Fox News hours after his former personal attorney Michael Cohen pled guilty to violating campaign finance laws by paying adult film star Stormy Daniels to keep her claim of a sexual encounter with Trump in 2006 quiet. Cohen said he did it under orders from then-candidate Trump. The president blasted Cohen for pleading and pointing fingers.
There's this whole thing about flipping, they call it. I know all about flipping. For 30, 40 years, I've been watching flippers. I've had many friends involved in this stuff. It's called flipping, and it almost ought to be illegal.
But Cohen wasn't the only person close to Trump talking to the feds. Court documents reveal the National Enquirer's alleged involvement in hush money payments during the campaign to Daniels and Playboy playmate Karen McDougal, who claimed she had an affair with Trump a decade ago. Cohen secretly recorded a conversation with Trump in 2016, mentions David Pecker, the tabloid's publisher and longtime friend of Trump's.
I need to open up a company for the transfer of all of that info regarding our friend David.
ABC News learned the feds granted Pecker immunity in the Cohen investigation in exchange for information. The GOP chairman of the Senate Judiciary Committee, Chuck Grassley, has reached out to Cohen's lawyer. He wants to hear from Cohen to decide if his committee needs to investigate his claims against the president. Kenneth Moten, ABC News, Washington.
Sarasota City Commission this week voted to launch an investigation into the city's auditor and clerk. This comes after accusations surfaced that Pamela Natalini created a hostile work environment and used threatening behavior, resulting in some workers to ask for transfers or to quit. It's alleged this has been going on for years. Coming up on ABC 7 at 7, Alan Cohn will be joined by Sarasota Mayor Liz Alpert and Nicole Rodriguez of the Sarasota Herald Tribune about what we can expect in the investigation. Still to come in your Suncoast News, how Hurricane Lane already is impacting people in Hawaii.
Plus, what you don't know about health insurance can hurt you. We'll tell you what you need to know about your policy coming up next.
Temperatures are rising and the deals are heating up during the summer clearance event at Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota. Get KBB's 2017 Best Buy Award overall winner, the Chrysler Pacifica, for just $22,999. Or save big and get the new Chrysler 300 Touring with an MSRP over $30,000 for just $21,999. That's a savings of over $8,000. Better prices, bigger selection. Go to Sunset Dodge Chrysler Jeep Ram Fiat in Sarasota today.
Did you know you could get life insurance for less than 32 cents a day? With Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage, you can get up to $25,000 in protection with a single phone call. TruStage can help free your family from immediate financial stress when you're gone.
Utility bills, mortgages, car payments, those are a lot of things that can add up pretty fast.
And even if you're on a fixed income, prices fit your budget, starting at less than 32 cents a day. Plus, your price will never increase and your benefit will never decrease. And with no medical tests or health questions, you cannot be turned down for any reason. Call 1-800-842-7189. Now, for a free, no-obligation quote, TruStage offers plans to fit your budget. Help protect your family from immediate financial burdens after you're gone with Guaranteed Acceptance whole life insurance through TruStage. Call 1-800-842-7189 now.
Many websites selling medication may look professional and legitimate, but the vast majority of sites selling prescription drugs are doing so illegally. Criminals use websites to sell counterfeit medications that may contain life-threatening toxins. Dot Pharmacy is a website verification program that helps you identify safe and trustworthy online pharmacies. Purchasing medicine online can be safe and easy. Just look for pharmacy to the right of the dot in website addresses.
Okay, so what would you bring to my company?
What do you need?
I need problem-solving skills.
I got through high school without a car, a phone, or a computer.
No college degree, though.
Not yet, but life's taught me a lot, and I'm ready for more.
Well, you're not the typical kind of candidate that I hire. But you are exactly what I'm looking for.
Your company could be missing out on the candidates it needs most. Learn how to find a great pool of untapped talent at gradsoflife.org.
Well, Thomas, you've got prediabetes. But with more exercise and a change in diet, it can be reversed.
I've tried exercising. It just makes me hungry for bacon.
I love bacon, too. And who really likes to exercise?
Not me.
Me neither.
Nobody. So we're good?
What? Oh, you still have prediabetes. Big time.
More than 1 million people in Hawaii are already seeing the first signs of Hurricane Lane. A Category 4 storm could become the first major hurricane to make landfall there in 26 years. Natasha Chen is in Kona, Hawaii with the latest on preparations and the storm's impact so far.
Long gas lines, empty store shelves.
Trying to prepare.
Boarded up businesses.
We're breaking down a lot of stuff that's going to fly away because of the heavy winds.
Signs people in Hawaii are taking warnings like this seriously.
Be prepared to shelter in place, 14 days of food and supplies and water.
Much of the state is under a hurricane warning as the first signs of the storm begin to move in. Rain from its outer bands triggered landslides onto parts of a major road on the Big Island Thursday. Officials warn Lane could drop as much as 30 inches of rain.
We're extremely concerned about the potentials for inland flooding, landslides occurring.
Another major concern, dangerously high winds and waves as high as 20 feet.
Pretty much mirroring our tsunami evacuation protocols if anything comes to that point.
Hundreds of people have been bused to shelters.
FEMA has been hyper-focused on making sure that we're properly set up to support food, water, as well when it comes to commodities.
All public schools are closed and many state employees have been asked to stay home.
We're getting ready. We're prepared. The shelters are open.
All steps officials hope will keep people safe as they brace for the worst and hope for the best. In Kona, Hawaii, I'm Natasha Chen.
ABC7 First Alert Weather Forecast with Chief Meteorologist Bob Harrigan.
Well, an amazing storm it is, too. Get a look at this. This is the review of what was happening since 11:30 our time this morning. Lane, a Category 4 hurricane. There was a buoy right there just to the northwest of it. And as I take you through time, you'll see the waves and the winds increase. And it appears that this hurricane went right over the buoy, and the buoy got into the eye of the hurricane. 89-mile-an-hour winds, waves up to 26 feet high right there at 2 p.m. And then 107-mile-an-hour wind gusts at 2:30 with waves up to 28 feet. And then you'll notice what happens through time. Those winds and waves start to go down. In fact, it goes to 7 miles an hour out of the west. So more than likely that buoy was right over or underneath the eye of that hurricane, and now it's starting to pull away from that buoy, and you're starting to see those winds pick up out of the southwest now, up past 30 miles an hour. The satellite imagery again showing a well-organized system still at this hour. Although the winds have gone down somewhat, it's still a strong major hurricane heading in that general direction. It is going to take a little bit of a bend off to the northwest, but not before it produces that heavy rainfall, already starting to do so. More rain on the way as it gets closer. It appears that it will stay off as far as the heavy winds go, the core of the storm off the islands there, and it will weaken too as it moves into some cooler water and also a little bit more shear going on. For us, we're not having much going on, but we have to go all the way over to the coast of Africa to see a tropical wave emerge off the coast there, and there is some slight chance that it could develop in 5 days from now as it gets out into this area where the winds are a little bit less intense in terms of shear and the water temperatures are a little bit more favorable for development. So we'll watch it. Nothing going on elsewhere across the Atlantic Basin. The Van Wezel webcam showing pretty nice day today. Lots of sunshine around, a few clouds occasionally. We have had that west wind, the southwest wind component. You can see those clouds coming in, picking up some of that nasty smell and carrying it well inland this afternoon. And as far as the radar picture goes, not a lot of rain around. It's mainly to the east of us, and it has been sporadic across parts of the Sun Coast this afternoon. You can see 1 or 2 lone showers popping up here and there. We will see an occasional isolated storm try to work its way back toward the coast but not much of a chance of that happening. Better chances for scattered afternoon and evening thunderstorms tomorrow as we start to see yet another wind shift change. I mentioned that slight chance for an isolated shower or two coming back toward the coast later on this evening. Not much. Generally fair skies after midnight, and then we'll see a few off in the Gulf. By the noon hour, that sea breeze will start to develop and push inland. And then the southeast and east coast breeze makes it all the way over, and showers and storms are possible late in the evening tomorrow. So showers and storms will be around. Pretty good chance of that happening. And again on Saturday, we're looking for afternoon and evening storms on a southeast wind with a west coast breeze developing in the afternoon. Some of those storms too could be rather strong. Now there's some dry air in place right now in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. This is expected to thin out. That frontal boundary will weaken and fade away, and we'll look for high pressure to build back in over the northern portion of the state. 89 degrees right now. That feels like temperature at 100, and the high today warmed to 92. 77 was our morning low. Both those numbers running 2 degrees above average. Tomorrow, a chance for a shower or two at noon as that sea breeze starts to get going, but generally partly cloudy skies expected throughout the morning, and then a better chance for scattered late day storms tomorrow, moving back toward the coast. Nationally, one lone storm area moving through parts of Missouri tonight. Elsewhere, things are fairly quiet across the U.S. For boaters tomorrow, winds out of the southeast turning to the south at 10 knots, a light chop on the bays and inland waters. And as far as the forecast goes, look at the rain chances staying very high and typical for afternoon and evening variety of storms right through the next 7 days. We'll look for high temperatures to be slightly above average on Friday and Saturday, and even on Sunday, and then temperatures pretty close to seasonal averages to start the work week with afternoon and showers and thunderstorms coming back. That means lightning, and a lot of it will be back too, so keep that in mind over this weekend. Back to you.
All right, thank you, Bob. Time now to check your first alert traffic for the drive home. Right now, we are seeing a crash in the southbound lanes of I-75 at exit 200 in the South Sarasota County area. Scott?
In consumer news, 90 million Americans use mobile pay apps like Venmo or Apple Pay, but are they safe? Well, Consumer Reports tested 5 popular services and they found significant differences in data privacy and security practices. Apple Pay blew away the competition with an overall score of 76 out of 100. Venmo scored 69, Square's Cash App got 64, and Facebook's Payments and Messenger got a 63. All 3 of those services lost points for data privacy. Some tips to reduce your risk of problems with these apps: set up protection like a PIN number, send money only to people you know, make sure all of your receipts details are correct before you press send or pay, and keep your app up to date. If you have old software, you're missing the latest security protection.
Well, you may know what your health insurance deductible is and what your network provider is, but you may not know how much or much about your policy. If you plan a trip outside of the U.S., how much, if any, coverage does your policy provide? Insure My Trip found that more than half of consumers were not sure if their health policy would cover them if they got sick or injured in a foreign country. Over 21% said that their policy would provide coverage outside of the U.S., while 22% said that it would not. So before traveling outside of the U.S., Insure My Trip recommends checking with your provider to learn what the plan covers and what it does not.
Starbucks is paying employees to give back to their community. The coffee house chain announcing a pilot program for employees today. It allows workers to spend half of their work week at a local nonprofit for 6 months. The Starbucks Foundation covers their salaries with help from Points of Light, the nonprofit started by former President George H.W. Bush. Now, the company started testing this program last week with 36 employees in 13 cities. Points of Light says so far more than 200 people have applied to be a part of it.
The Wizarding World of Harry Potter getting a new ride next year. It's called Hogsmeade and will open at Universal's Islands of Adventure in 2019. Universal Orlando has not released many details about the coaster, except that riders will encounter some of their favorite characters and creatures, and it will be fun for the entire family. The new attraction will also combine a new level of storytelling with an action-packed adventure and a few surprises along the way. The park plans to permanently close Dragon Challenge on September 5th to make way for that new ride. Looking forward to it. I love Harry Potter World.
Yeah, me too. Entertainment news is next.
Another pair of satisfied emotions. Looks to me like elation and maybe some amazement. It's part of the Honda Summer Spectacular event experience. You could say satisfaction comes standard here, just like the Honda Accord comes standard with a luxurious, roomy interior. All at the Honda Summer Spectacular event.
We see it all the time.
Visit your local Honda dealer and test drive the Honda Accord, 2018's North American Car of the Year.
When I was growing up, my mom told us, always treat others the way you want to be treated. She did business with companies that shared her values, like Mutual of Omaha. She had a guaranteed whole life insurance policy through United of Omaha Life Insurance Company, a Mutual of Omaha company. When my mother passed away, her United of Omaha policy helped cover her funeral expenses and bills, and they had money on its way to us within 24 hours.
United of Omaha is here to take care of you. When you call the number on your screen, we'll help find the right policy for you. If you're between 45 and 85, you can get coverage up to $25,000 with no medical exam. Call us right now at the number on your screen.
Now I know I'll be taking care of my family, even after I'm gone.
United of Omaha Guaranteed Whole Life Insurance. Call or go online now. Be there for their future.
Did you know that a dirty CPAP system could make you sick? If you knew what could be growing in your mask and hose, it would keep you up at night. Now, SoClean.com has released the world's first automated hands-free CPAP cleaner and sanitizer. With its patented design, SoClean is fast, effective, and hands-free, killing 99.9% of all CPAP germs and bacteria. Try SoClean now through this special TV offer, risk-free for 30 days. Just call 800-604-0398.
The SoClean works, and it's a really effective product, and I couldn't believe how easy it was to use.
SoClean works on all popular CPAP machines and masks, destroying CPAP germs and bacteria without the daily hassle of washing your system by hand. Just place your mask in, close the lid, and walk away. Voila! Sanitized and ready to use. Try SoClean risk-free for 30 days. This is a limited-time offer. Call now, 800-604-0398, or visit SoClean.com today.
Soldiers in the Army National Guard live up to a set of time-honored principles.
I will always place the mission first.
They stand ready to respond to any crisis.
I will never accept defeat.
They serve in their communities as citizens and as soldiers.
I will never quit.
They train part-time to be ready to serve at all times.
I will never leave a fallen comrade.
Learn more at NationalGuard.com.
In entertainment news, Aerosmith frontman Steven Tyler has called on President Trump to stop using the band's music at his events.
Tyler and his attorney sent a cease and desist letter Wednesday. The letter accused Trump of falsely implying that Tyler endorses the president. And this isn't the first time the two have feuded over Aerosmith's music. Tyler's attorneys say two previous cease and desist letters were sent back in 2015 during the presidential campaign.
Today, Miss America 2018 Cara Mund was on Good Morning America to discuss her claims for the first time that the organization has silenced, manipulated, and bullied her. The 24-year-old wrote a letter to former Miss Americas last week saying that she has been bullied and intimidated by leadership during her reign, including by the newly appointed chairwoman Gretchen Carlson. On September 9th, 51 young women are competing to be the next Miss America. Mund says this is her message to whoever inherits her crown.
There's over 21,000 people who signed the petition. There's 33 states. There's former Miss Americas. And so I want her to know that, she's stronger than she thinks she is. And I really hope that the support I've had will carry with her.
23 former Miss Americas are standing behind their reigning queen, calling for Carlson and the Miss America Organization Board of Trustees to step down.
Ben Affleck is back in rehab. A source close to the actor says he's seeking treatment for alcohol addiction. Affleck has been open about his struggles. The 46-year-old previously sought treatment in 2001 and then again in 2017. This comes after Affleck's estranged wife, Jennifer Garner, was photographed walking into his home yesterday. She later drove off with Affleck in the back seat of the car. The couple, who have 3 kids together, filed for divorce in 2017 after more than a decade of marriage, but it is not yet finalized.
Janet Jackson will receive the Rock Star Award at the 2018 Black Girls Rock Awards. The Grammy winner will be honored as a phenomenal woman in music. Jackson recently released Made for Now, her single with Daddy Yankee. BET will air the special celebrating the accomplishments of black women on September 9th. Queen Latifah is set to host that show. Other award recipients include Mary J. Blige, Naomi Campbell, and Judith Jamison.
CBS says the upcoming 12th season of The Big Bang Theory will be the last. It's the most popular comedy on television. The series began about geeky physicist roommates portrayed by Jim Parsons and Johnny Galecki and expanded to include their friends, girlfriends, and then wives. Parsons' work on the show has earned him 4 Emmy Awards and a Golden Globe. CBS also airs a prequel about his character called Young Sheldon.
Pretty good show there.
Yeah. We'll be right back with more news. Stay with us.
There's nothing like this trail in Alabama. It just goes from the northern part of the state to the southern part of the state. We see all kind of different terrains, great value, great fun. We've been coming for 18 years. We started off with a group of 8, grew to 12, and grew to 16. And we love it because where else can you get world-class golf courses with world-class accommodations? To be able to play these type of courses in this environment, and the difficulty keeps us coming back over and over and over again.
Get more for your money during the Subaru A Lot to Love event at Sunset Subaru. Subaru vehicles hold their value better than any other brand for 2018, according to ALG. And Subaru is Kelley Blue Book's most trusted brand for 4 years running. The Subaru Forester is an IIHS top safety pick for 12 years running. Now, lease a new Subaru Forester for just $229 a month or get 0% financing with 0 down. Get more for your money. Go to Sunset Subaru in Sarasota.
Hamilton was adopted from a rescue in 2008. He really likes to be around people. And as soon as I start to make my breakfast, Hamilton is right there. I get out my mat and I'm doing a downward dog and he's underneath. He's quite the pug about town. He gets invited to a lot of parties. He knows he's a pretty big deal. I mean, look at this little face. How could you not love him?
Every day, we take steps to keep the people we love safe, but some health risks are easy to miss. Ticks hiding in the yard can spread germs, like the ones that cause Lyme disease. Mice searching for food can spread bacteria that makes us sick. Mosquitoes lay eggs in standing water and can spread West Nile virus and more. Cockroaches are drawn to water in the home, leaving behind allergens that can trigger asthma attacks. Common pests can threaten our health. Learn how to protect your family at pestworld.org.
Here we go. We're gonna go out there in the rain. You're gonna get wet. All right, here we go. Go, okay, quick. Oh yeah, yes. So much fun. Mwah. We're getting so wet.
ABC 7, the Suncoast's official Florida lottery station.